This is Jackson Nichols, and he is a student at Bridgewater State,
Yes, ma'am.
and he is also a student at Mahi, and he is getting ready to graduate this Saturday at Roxbury Community College with the other Mahi students. So I am happy to have him here. He's a good worker. He's an artist, and so he may. I want him to talk a little bit about himself, and so yeah, let's get started. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss P. First of all, I want to thank you guys for having me here.
Yes.
And I don't know what to say really, but if I don't talk about myself a lot, but I feel like from an artist point, I've been making music since I was like 15, 14, mostly like producing, making beats, and then I think around 2 years ago in the summertime, I took a class called BRL with Big Mike, and where is it? I'm trying to think. It's near the Kroc Center. So I feel like when I was doing those classes, I picked up a little bit on the engineering part as well with music, the music aspect, and I wanted to like put a little turn to it, especially when it comes to like music and content creation. So what I did was I turned producing and engineering, and then I started like making my own music.
Okay.
And now I'm doing like all three, so I have the basic knowledge on how to do producing, engineering, and like writing the music. So yeah.
So you were going to Bridgewater State, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What's your major there?
Psychology.
All right. Okay. So tell me something, Jackson. You've been working with Madison Park for about 4 years now. Tell us some of the things that you learned at Madison Park and how they have supported you. Shout out to Jeannie Matos. Because last night was your closeout from Madison Park, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Last night was pretty good.
Yeah.
Madison Park, they helped us a lot actually, like not just me, but like all my other peers and coworkers that I work with. I would say they do their best to keep a lot of the youth off the street and like make sure that they're working and paid. So that part is really good as well with like they're teaching us certain skills like funding, how to make money, how to budget our money, how to put our money in certain places, how to like not waste money, and just like financial literacy. They do a bunch of classes like financial literacy. We go out, we do civic engagement, we do a lot of things in the community, and I feel like it really helps when the youth are like learning how to build connections and like do what they're taught to do, especially when it comes to like making the community a better place and a safer space for others. And yeah, that's what like really helps the community with, like that's how Madison Park like contributes. So yeah.
So they also have other types of programs, like they have a barber.
Yeah.
It's called CPX, the Career Path Exchange.
Yeah.
And then they have cosmetics, where women learn how to do makeup. They have a driver's ed program, correct?
Yeah.
And so these are good ways for our young folks to get engaged and stay engaged. They always have great events for the youth. They always have great food for the youth. They always have prizes, and they uplift your spirits.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact that Jeannie goes out her way a lot to support and help you all.
I feel like majority of the staff at Madison Park, they definitely go out their way. Most of them, they provide moral support as well for most people. It's like a connections thing. So the more connections you have, like me and you, like it's like if I feel like I'm comfortable enough to talk to you about something that happened, then yeah, I could definitely come to that person. Or if I feel like, if say we're doing civic engagement in an area somebody doesn't feel safe in. I feel like they feel safe to tell you that, oh, I don't want to be over here, and they don't have a problem with it. They'll find something else for you to do. So
Right. So what made you start writing songs?
I think what really made me start writing songs was, I don't know, I feel like music is an everyday necessity. So me personally, I feel like I need music I need music every day to function. If I don't have music, I can't function.
Wow.
And I feel like that goes for everybody, because music is like a very big part of life if you think about it.
Music is medicine.
Yeah, music is definitely medicine. Music is healing. Music is medicine. Music is everything. And from my standpoint, I have a lot of favorite artists, and from like me being me, if my favorite artist isn't dropping a lot of music, then I just might as well make my own music and listen to it. But also, I make music for like people like who can relate. So what I always say is, if it's for you, it's for you, and if it's not for you, it's not for you. But
the music part.
Yeah, but majority of my music, it promotes mental health awareness, and like it just talks about like how people like me or like people around the world just like go through stuff, and it's like I feel like mental health should be talked about more in music, because it is a really good way to like cope, and like instead of like doing certain activities, you could like talk about it. It's almost like you're writing your thoughts down and you turn it into music. That's how I think about it. I always write my thoughts down and turn it into music.
Okay. So do you I hear you're getting ready to drop an album, is that true?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So how many songs are on it?
Right now there's 17. But
wow, that's a lot.
I'm pushing for 20.
You can get 20 songs on an album?
Yeah.
Well, I guess because they're not vinyl anymore, right?
Yeah.
It's a new world out here with this music and how it's produced and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So you feel comfortable giving us a few lines or something? You don't have to
from a song on the album, or just like a song I have in general.
Well, whichever one you feel comfortable with.
Okay, let me think. Okay, I don't know. It's kind of okay. I understand it now. You say hate me, but I make money, so you come around. I'm at my lowest, hit the road and head straight out of town. I said I miss you, said you miss me, so I doubled down. I'm thumbing through these checks, I need at least a couple thou. It's a cold evening, but my heart is even colder. Your looks are so deceiving, but my tears, they fall like boulders. I would hate to show up, but I really need you closer. I got some things inside my brain that I just could not let go of. Do you remember? It's cold out in December. But it's just a little preview.
That's good. So, Jackson, tell us, like, where'd you grow up? Where you from? Give us a little bit. What school did you go to?
Well, I was raised in Mattapan.
Mm-hmm. So you one of the Mattapan people, huh?
Yeah, guess you could say that. But the schools I went to. So when I was young, like really young, see, my memory isn't that good. Like before the age of 7, but when I was really young, I think the first school I went to was the Lee School, and then after that I went to the Taylor School, which is on Morton Street. And then for middle school, I went to Kip Academy Boston. It's in Mattapan as well. And then high school, I went to Roxbury Prep.
Okay, which one? Because there's a couple of them.
So the way that it works is you start. Well, they have middle school, and then they have upper campus. They have middle school, the 9th to 10th grade, and then they have the upper campus for 11th to 12. And so I started Roxbury Prep in 9th grade. I went to the Hyde Park campus, which is you take 32 from Forest Hills, and then after that I went to the upper campus, which is in Nubian Station.
Oh, right.
But
it
now
used to be City on the Hill, right?
Yeah. But now they're building a new building, so yeah.
So, what made you decide to go to Bridgewater? Is because they offered what you wanted?
Whoa. I mean, Bridgewater. Like when I went to visit, it was like it was like what I thought it would be like. So it was. I really got the college experience, and like being there and taking classes. It really helped me like shape my character and understand like how to do things when you're in the real world by yourself. If that makes sense. And also, like that was really, I think that was like the school I got the most money from because I got a scholarship from there. But
Okay.
yeah,
So you're on a break now, right?
yeah,
And you going back soon?
yes, man.
That's right. Well, I'm glad to have you part of Marcus Anthony Hall.
I'm glad to be here.
I'm looking forward to our graduation. We did have some fun during the classes. We did some, work.
Yeah.
I remember when we went to the Mattapan Library, and it was for the budget hearing, and city councilors Pepin and Worrell were there. And you was ready. You had your questions. you
I had all my questions ready.
Yes, you were ready. So it's things like that we do, that's outside of the norm. Marcus Anthony Hall is not your everyday after school program. It's civic. We teach leadership, organizing, advocating, and it's grown. This is our 5th year, our 5th cohort, and we're very excited for the folks that are graduating this year, because we're gonna roll you all over into our youth council. So you all will be helping us make these decisions. But also, people need to know that you create PowerPoints, like you're working on our PowerPoint for our event on Saturday. Yeah. You got a lot of skills, and your skills are sellable, So we're gonna work with you and make sure that you grow.
Yes, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we appreciate you. Yeah.
Much love, Miss P. Much love.
Oh my goodness. Good morning, Fatima. Good morning, Ed. How are you all doing? I'm glad to be here. Pastor, you got a new gadget, I see.
Oh, just a stand.
Oh, okay. How are you this morning, Pastor?
Exceptionally well.
Pastor Bruce Wall, my pastor. When you gonna write that book?
Working on it.
Are you really working on it? How many pages you got now?
6 chapters.
Okay. Go on, Pastor. Pastor Bruce is an amazing black man. He really is. He's for the people. He's for the youth. He's done so many. He's a legend in this city, in this state, and he knows how to get. He built this radio station with his own 2 hands. It used to be in the station used to be in there's a little Renee's office, it was just one mic, right, Pastor?
No, this equipment here is really good. These microphones are expensive.
Yeah, Pastor, he's the bomb.com. I call him Moses with a radio station. Oh my goodness. So I have some news, if you don't mind me telling my breaking news. So yesterday, as we all know, nomination papers were dropped for candidates. That's if you're running for city councilor on District 1 through 9. If you're running at large city councilor, there's 4 at large positions opening. And also for the mayor's race. And I just want to say that Josh Kraft's campaign raised 5,500 signatures. That's good for the first day. Yes,
Really good.
Yes. So it's on. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be an interesting race. So I think the count for District 7 is up to 21 now.
21 what?
Candidates.
No.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard. But see, some of them aren't even going to be able to get their 200 signatures. So a lot of them are just going to get dropped off. But if they all get their signatures, because 200 signatures is not a lot of signatures to get. They're gonna get, people will start looking to have forums. I know Marcus Anthony Hall is going to be having a forum sometime. We're teaming up with a couple of other organizations, but yeah, we are in campaign season. We are in campaign mode, and I'm excited because I want to see who is going to come out, what our next city councilors are going to look like, what our next mayor is going to look like. So I'm excited. I'm happy. So I think that in this climate, and then I hear there's a lot of people running at large also. So that's one of the reasons why I started Marcus Anthony, because Marcus Anthony was really into politics, and he was a organizer, and he knew a lot about the law, constitutional state, and so yeah, he was a wonderful man. So did you receive everybody's information yet?
I've received 2 more last night, so I will be adding them to the PowerPoint, and I'll be updating that for sure.
Okay, and so that's just still 2 that haven't responded.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the deadline is today at 12. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. So tell us, you're from Haiti, right? Were you born in Haiti, or you?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have siblings?
Ooh, I mean, there's a lot of them. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a lot of siblings.
There's
Okay.
a lot of them.
Okay. All right. Well, we won't go down that way, bro. But I just want people to, to get to know you. So when they hear that music, you'll be like, oh yeah, I saw him on People Power with Priscilla.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah. So you got to get out that shyness. You got to, cause you sure ain't shy in the group chat, and you sure ain't shy in the meetings. And
So,
so,
I feel like it's more easier to be like a leader within a group than like within like, what I'm saying. Well, like when you're on like, how do you put this? Like say you're on like social media or like on air for what we're doing right now. It's like harder to be a leader like when you're being like first introduced, But I understand what you're saying, so I will definitely get out that shyness. But
practice with somebody.
yeah, I'm still stuck in work mode,
Well, I tell some of our young folks, I wish, I had the opportunity at 14, 15, 16 years old to be in a program like Marcus Anthony, Because if I had a program like that, I probably wouldn't have had a child at 15, It would have been, I would have been more focused. And so I think, I have a good time with the students. I love them. I tell you all, that you all do get on my nerves sometimes, I'll be honest. But it's all good because I love y'all. And I believe y'all love me.
Always.
So, tell us how many, give us another couple from another things. This is your debut. You may never get this another opportunity like this to just be free with your, So I'm giving you the time. That's what Boston Praise Radio and TV is about.
Okay, so this is a song I actually did while I was on stream. I was streaming on Twitch, and what I like to do is I like to push myself, like content wise, and any ideas that I have, I like to just push myself. So. Because, like, majority of the work that I do, I have really little to no help. So, I do editing, the promoting, the YouTube videos, the making the beats, the writing the lyrics, the engineering, the streaming. And I feel like with that aspect, it's really hard. But once you get that concept down, it's like, I'm starting to understand it more. So...
the more you do it, the better you get at it.
Yeah.
Practice makes perfect.
Always. So it's like, and also I like to think of it from a perspective like where if I'm doing everything by myself, when I do when I do make it somewhere, like nobody could say I owe them anything because I did this by myself. You didn't help me. I helped myself.
I hear you. I hear you. I think we have a caller. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning, Miss Priscilla. Good morning, Jackson. This is Nardella.
Good morning,
morning, Miss
Nardella. How
Nardella.
are you?
Oh, good. Listening this morning, and great rap, Jackson. You have
Thank
a
you.
fantastic guest, Miss Priscilla.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, just wanna give some shout out and praise to Boston Praise Radio, People Power with Priscilla, because you're doing it for the community. And you're having a wonderful guest on,
Yes,
Jackson. Get the shyness out, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Getting there,
Yeah.
getting
So,
there.
yeah. So I really like, Jackson, what you were saying about music as a way to express yourself.
Yeah.
You don't get things pent up, and you let what is inspiring you as you're a young man, living in Boston but going to school. Like, what is inspiring you now, and when you're thinking about writing music?
I would want to say what's inspiring me is my situation. So my situation is almost like everybody else's situation. We're in a space where we feel like, oh, we could do so much better, but we're really not trying that hard. So me, I don't know. I just want to make an impact, and I want to help. Like, I just want to help people, including my family. I want to get my family into a bigger, nicer space. I want to be able to help the community to build better and nicer places for people to go to. Like, if they want to hang out, more community centers, this, that, and third. It's like, I don't know. I also want to like get more studios, like recording studios for people who want to talk about like certain things, do podcasts, record music, learn how to engineer, make beats. And I just want to, I don't know. There's a lot on my mind, but I would say my situation is the reason for me to like really push myself to thrive for greatness.
All right, I appreciate that. You brought me back to the days of the original start in the hip hop when you were speaking, and you talk about what's on your heart. And I know a lot of when I was growing up, you could hear that,
Yeah.
talking about what's happening in the streets and keeping it real. So I really appreciate you coming on and talking about that. And you got a fan here. You got a fan.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Of course. And
Thank
Miss
you
Priscilla, hey, what can I say?
Thank you, Nardella. I appreciate you.
All right.
Yes,
Have
and
a blessed day.
Yeah.
Yes,
You too,
for
Miss
sure.
Mandela.
And I look
Okay.
forward to see. I'll talk to you later, Nardella. But I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
You got it.
And
for
also,
sure.
I want to thank you for coming to our concert on Sunday. Did you enjoy it?
I cannot wait to come. Not only am I coming to the next one, I'm going to bring a +1 too. It was fantastic.
Thank
So
you.
I have the date, June 22nd. I
Oh.
believe it's June 22nd, right?
Yes, it is.
I will be there.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Have a great day.
You
Of
too.
course.
Too, Miss
Yeah.
Mandela.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was Nardella Thomas, who is the founder of the National Coalition Against Predatory Lending. And they are fighting a predatory lender by the name of Blue Hub Capital. And so you're going to be hearing their name and the name of their president, Elise Cherry, a lot, because they clearly are taking people's money and their property. And they claim to be helping people, right? But what they do is, say your house goes into foreclosure. You know what foreclosure is? Okay. Your house goes into foreclosure, and they buy the house back from the bank for you and sell it back to you. They up the price at 25% more, and they give you a higher interest rate. And they tell you, oh, well, you can refinance in a year. But when that year comes, you find out that you have a second mortgage which is called SAM, Shared Appreciation Mortgage. And what that mortgage does is it says, oh, well, since we helped you, we're entitled to 50, 60, or 70% of your equity if you sell your house or if you try to refinance. Now that, if that's not predatory lending, I don't know what is. Because how could you tell someone, and then they don't allow the people to bring their lawyers, so it's one-sided. And but we have a surprise for them. We're already in court, and the judge hasn't made his decision yet. But the governor, our governor, Maura Healey, went and signed the economic bill, which has a portion in there that says it's okay. But Michelle DuBose from the state rep from Brockton and Lydia Edwards had put in, and I don't have the numbers of the bills, the House and the Senate bills, but I will get them, make sure I have them next time, that no, you can't do that. That is illegal. And so that's an issue. That's a problem. We're not going to forget that, that was done. I don't care. That the governor, if she really was for the people, she would have took that piece out, because that's basically giving companies like Blue Hub Capital more ammunition to continue to do this. And this is just not happening in Massachusetts. This is happening in Maryland and Virginia. There's other places around the country. That's why it's called the National Coalition Against Predatory Lending. And you weren't even born then, I don't think, but in 1989, in the late 80s, early 90s, there was a lot of predatory lending going on in Roxbury, Dorchester, Mattapan. A lot of seniors lost their homes, and that's where the Massachusetts Affordable Housing Alliance was born, and NACA, the National Association. I can't remember the rest, but they were organizations that were fighting to stop all this predatory lending, and here it rears its ugly head, and so we have to really get involved with what's going on around politics. A lot of people don't like politics, but it rules our life, and all politics is local. And people like to talk about the president. Yeah, he's doing stuff, but we could do stuff here too. We can change laws here in the city and the state that will lead to federal changes. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So, good morning, Brother Jeff. So, Pastor, how are you feeling? Why are you so quiet today? We have a new, you know what? I don't have my sidekick, Wes. Wes isn't feeling good today. Hope you feel better, Wes. Wes was in a car accident last week.
Feel better, Wes.
Yeah, but yeah. So, but Pastor, I may have to take a leave of absence from People Power with Priscilla for a while, for a few months. But I'll be back.
We'll be back.
Talk more about your event on Saturday.
Oh yeah, so on Saturday at Roxbury Community College, Building 3, the Marcus Anthony Hall Educational Institute will be celebrating its 5th graduation, its 5th cohort. We have 14 students that are graduating. I just found out last night that the president of the college will be there, will be attending. I have to give a shout out to Rachel Rollins, who just connected me, took me under her wing, gave me space to run my program, also gave us space to have our graduation. So this is really, really a blessing. I know that we're going to have our new mayor candidate, Josh Graff. He's going to be there with some of his people. We have Liz Miranda as our keynote speaker. We have Minister Randy Muhammad from Torchlight Recovery in the Nation of Islam as one of our guest speakers. And we have Shagun Adawu, the Chief of Economic Inclusion and Diversity, I think. I can't remember. Chief. But yes.
And I will be performing for them as well.
Yes. Jackson will be performing. Nayara will be performing. We have a couple of our youths that have written poems. And so it's going to be nice. The only thing, it's going to be short. I'm asking people to get there like by 12:30 because at 1 o'clock we marching in. And we only have 2 hours to get this program done. At 3 it ends and then it's cleanup. But I am just so thankful and grateful because that was my goal, to be able to have my classes at Roxbury Community College. I couldn't do it in 23 and I went into 24 and went back to the DeWitt, but God has opened up. And so going forward, Marcus Anthony Hall Educational Institute, classes will be at Roxbury Community College. Yay! God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. Yes. So I've been doing this now with Marcus Anthony for 5 years. I want to do a shout out also to Marcus Anthony's son's mother, Chic, Parties from Above. She had an awesome fundraiser last week, and it was really, really nice. This woman, her gifts. If you have never heard of Parties from Above is a program that the owner, who is Shaka McIntosh, gives free birthday parties for young kids 3 to 16 who have lost their parents, one or two parents. They could have been in a car accident. They could have died from cancer. It could have been homicide. But she just received her 501c3. She had at her event, Josh was at her event. He supported her. He's been supporting her, since he met her. And we had the Worrell brothers, Chris and Bryant. They were there, and they're supporters of hers as well. It was just a really, really nice event. She gave awards out to a lot of the people that had helped and support her, because she's awesome, and she does great work. I mean, she makes these kids' life. I mean, she turns it into a major production. I mean, it's like I saw one where she gave a young girl a pajama party, right? And you know how pajama parties are. You all get on the floor and sleep and stuff.
Yeah. She
had a bed for each child, and it had like I forgot what you call them things. It looked like a tent, but I mean, it was just awesome. It was a really, really. I mean, if you go on her website, Parties from Above, you see she just makes these kids come alive. She gets people. She's been in the music industry as well. She was a rapper, promoter.
Oh wait, you said Shaka McIntosh?
Yeah.
Does she have a son named Ikenna McIntosh?
She does have a son, but I don't know his. She has 2 sons.
Because I went to school with Ikenna. That's a really good friend of mine. If that is her son, that's a really good friend. And he did tell me his mother makes music, like back in the day. Mm-hmm. And I'm not too sure if it is her that you're talking about, but if it is, he explained to me like, oh yeah, his mom makes music too, and she's been in the industry for a minute, and that's how she took care of her kids for a while, and that's that.
I can't remember his first name. I think he's about 18, 19. He's about your age.
Yeah. I think that's her son, Ikenna McIntosh.
What's his name?
Ikenna. Yeah.
I'm gonna text and ask her.
I could call him right now.
You can't call him right now. You're on the air.
But
you call when you get off the air.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Maybe I might be mistaken, but if I'm not mistaken, then yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you go to school with him?
Yeah, we went to school together for 4 or 5 years. That's a really good friend of mine.
Okay. All right. So we still have a little bit more time. You gonna give us another note or two?
Oh yeah, I was prepping in my head. This
I know rappers go fast, but just go a little slow so we want to be able to hear the words that you say.
Okay, this song is a song I made on stream, and it's actually called Deranged. You can find it on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, at Jane W or Where's Jane W. And it goes like
It's clean music, correct?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to focus up, but I keep struggling. I'm in my head again, with my demons tussling. You're wasting time, but maybe we can just be friends again. I take these pills to ease my pain, but you don't understand. You asked for help, but when I asked, there was no help in hand. I roll away my pain, I just need a couple grams. Oh, I'm singing in the rain. You told me that you need me, baby. I'll be on a train. I'll be on a train. You say that you need me. I'll be like, I'm nervous right now.
I don't know why you nervous. You've been sitting here talking to me for 40 minutes.
Okay, I'll redo it.
Okay, do a rerun.
I'm trying to focus up, but I keep struggling. I'm in my head again, with my demons tussling. You're wasting time, but maybe we can just be friends again. I take these pills to ease my pain, but you don't understand. You asked for help, but when I asked, there was no help in hand. I roll away my pain, I just need a couple grams. Oh, I'm singing in the rain. You told me that you need me, baby. I'll be on a train. I'll be on a train. You said that you need me. Oh no, but that's a little preview. You know, just
yeah. Thank you.
It'd be better if I was able to play it, but
yeah, no.
yeah, I know, but I'm a little nervous for me.
I don't know why you're so nervous, Jackson. But I understand. This may be you've been on other radio stations before, right?
It's the first one.
Oh, okay. Well, you can now put that as Yeah, I've been interviewed on the radio, right? By Miss Priscilla Flint from People
Miss
Power
P.
with Priscilla. I don't know why they call me Miss P, but that's what they call me.
Well, that's my personal nickname, Miss P.
Everybody, all y'all call me Miss P. I guess saying Priscilla's too hard, huh? Or too long.
No.
But it's all good. Yeah. We had a nice time. I enjoyed the event. I that's one thing I can say about Madison Park Development Corporation. I remember when I was with the Black Economic Justice Institute, and we were fighting Madison Park. I mean, we were protesting when they built that Tropical Foods. They wouldn't let us. We were monitoring the projects down in Boston, down in Roxbury, and they got upset because we were picketing them, and we were meeting at the Roxbury Oversight Committee, which is a committee that is appointed by the mayor, and they look at all the development that's going on in Roxbury. Now, I don't know if they have one for all the neighborhoods, master plans, but the Roxbury Strategic Master Plan is where we were monitoring. And it's funny because when Chuck Turner was but he was a city council, God rest his soul, I believe he was the one that started that monitoring committee, because he was another fighter for young folks and black and brown people to get jobs in the construction field. It was very hard for black and brown and females to get jobs in construction field.
So was it like the same thing as HVAC and blue collar?
It was basically any kind of construction job, and black people were having a hard time getting them. And Chuck Turner, he worked, he did a lot of good work in the community. He would do protests, shut down jobs. He just did not care. He became a city councilor and was a city councilor for 10 years, and got caught up in, unfortunately, had some bad stuff happen. He was incarcerated, but when he got out, he came right back, and we worked with him from 2014 up until when he passed 2017. And he was a strong man, and he was very smart. He knew how to talk to them politicians. He knew how to get what he needed to get from them, And I give him and Councilor Yancey all the respect in the world, because Councilor Yancey was an awesome city councilor for 32 years, you know. And so these are the people that they, you know, that they kind of like forget about, you know. But when my building is built, the Marcus Anthony Hall Educational Institute on Blue Hill Ave, there's going to be a room for every one of our heroes. Makia Baker Gomez, God bless her soul. Bill Owens, God rest his soul. Mel King. I mean, these are giants that taught us a lot of stuff that we knew. And so when my building is built, it's going to be off the chain. And we're going to have, in the basement, not in the bottom floor, we are going to have a Yajama mat. I call it Yajama mat. I'm not even pronouncing it, but it's going to be a small businesses having their own space in this building. On the second floor, we're going to have offices for nonprofits. And then on the third, fourth, and fifth, we're going to have apartments, but they're going to be single room occupancies, so that we have veterans, returning citizens, and folks that, young kids that don't have nowhere to stay, or aging out of Department of DCF. And I think that that system that they have with DCF is really flawed, because they say at 18 they just put you out, you know, like at a kid, unless you go to college. But how could you do that to somebody, you know? And this has been going on for a long time. This is a real problem, because I found out by working with James Mackey from More Than Words that 80% of the young folks who are incarcerated come from the foster care system. I think they snatched the kids out of their families' homes too soon, and some of the foster cares are worse than where they left. So there's a lot of things that can be changed and done in this city and state.
I think one thing that I did mention when I was in one of the youth city councils was like a 24-hour community center where like people who don't have like a place to be can, like, you know, just go, and if they need food, there should be resources there, food, and just like
A place to lay your head, someone to talk to, because you know, with my idea, I feel like there should be people there 24/7. Like this, it should be a job for somebody to be there to make sure that things are going good. You know, you have a 7 to 3, a 3 to 11, and 11 to 7 shift.
Yeah.
You know, these are, and there is a program, and I'm gonna go out there and look at it. It's called Youth on Fire, and it's in Cambridge. And it's kind of like a community center type thing, but they also have places. You can stay there, so it's like a house for youth that are homeless. So I'm gonna try to reach out to them, because Jeannie Matos has a great plan for youth housing, because this is what's needed. Our youth need to have a place to stay. You know, half of them aren't going to school. That's why I don't understand why the school budget keeps going up when the students are less. You know, I'm still fighting that we should have elected school committee. We see what the appointed one has done, and so it's time for change. It's just, you know, 2025, and yes. So we are getting down to our ending time, but we got, how many more minutes we got past the 7?
Okay. I think I remember my lyrics now.
Oh, okay, go for it.
So it goes like, I'm trying to focus up, but I think I hit that. That's too hard. I'm trying to focus up, but I keep struggling. I'm in my head again, with my demons tussling. You're wasting time, but maybe we can just be friends again. I take these pills to ease my pain, but you don't understand. You asked for help, but when I asked, there was no help in hand. I roll away my pain, I just need a couple grams. Oh, I'm singing in the rain. You told me that you need me, baby, I'll be on the train. You said you lost feelings, baby, I hope that they change. Think that I've been going crazy, I might be deranged. Cut that light off. Cut that light off to my heart. I set the fire to the flames. Oh, but yeah, that's
Pretty good, pretty good. So I mean, that's good. And to me, it sounds like you're speaking from your heart. You know, like something's going on, and you just, you know, you need to get yourself together.
yeah. Well, it's for whoever can relate, you know. So
Mhm. Well, you know, I deal with mental health issues. You know, I've been hospitalized several times from losing my 2 children. So I have mental health issues. I do, you know, but thanks be to God, I haven't been hospitalized since 1995, and God told me that was gonna be my last time I would be in a mental health hospital, because I'll tell you, they give you medication that you don't need. They diagnose you with stuff you don't have, and they try to play with your brain and try to make you think you really crazy, but that's a lie. And also, I'm just, you know, so they diagnosed me as crazy first. Then they diagnosed me as manic depressant, and then they diagnosed me as bipolar, right? And I said, I ain't none of them things. And then I realized that they have a bipolar 2. What's bipolar 2? I mean,
I haven't heard of that.
I actually hear it on TV sometimes. You know, when they do a commercial. What is bipolar 2? I mean, they want to keep giving us these medications that just
It's not helping.
no. But, so that's why we have to that's why we have to talk about mental health, especially among our young folks. You know, because your brain don't really develop until you're like 26 years old.
Yeah.
You know, so you may be grown. You may be 21, 23, 24. You may be grown, but your brain ain't grown. You know, and so that's why we have to keep the love for each other, respect for each other.
Always.
You know, don't let nobody change your mind about the direction you're going in. Let the haters be haters, and and you continue to move and walk with God and in your calling.
Yes, man. Amen.
What's wrong, Pastor? What's the matter?
Miss P, did y'all spell my last name wrong?
Probably, maybe that would have been my fault.
It's all right. What is Nicles?
O-L-A-S?
Yeah, Nicles.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
See?
It's all right. It's okay, Miss P.
There's nothing I can do about it now.
I'm still your favorite. So that's all that matters.
I told you about them favorites, right? I don't have no favorites. I treat you all the same.
She has a favorite.
But yes, we do have some people watching, so I'm thankful and grateful. So we pretty soon, Boston Praise Radio, they gonna have a 7 to 9 a.m. drive-by time, so that we'll be on the air every morning, 7 to 9, and we'll be able to talk, because we got to get this going, because this is election year, and we got a whole bunch of people running for city councilor, a whole bunch of people running for city councilor at large, a whole bunch of people running for mayor, so it's gonna be nice.
You're saying that District 7's numbers could decrease with the lack of people getting signatures. That's the only thing that will do that.
Right. If they don't get enough certified signatures. But look, they have to the 20th of May. That's the deadline to bring the signatures in, you know? I mean, Josh Kraft's campaign actually brought in 5,500 in one day. So imagine if they just continue to get signatures, because you can keep getting them, you know?
Right. So when people secure the signatures, they should be bringing them down to City Hall as soon as they get them, and not wait until the last day.
Right. That's crazy. Yeah.
And are there some more candidates running for mayor that the press isn't giving any ink to? Like, isn't Althea Garrison running for mayor?
No, I thought she was running for District 7.
Well, okay, I need to check that out.
I don't know. I haven't heard. I thought she was running for District 7. Actually, her and Roy Owens' name was on that list.
For District 7?
For District
All
7, yeah. So, Oh man, my battery's getting ready to die. I'm on FaceTime, Facebook Live. Well,
You know about FaceTime, Miss P.
I'm on FaceTime. But my battery is dying. So, oh well. Y'all keep watching until you can't watch no more, okay, guys? I thank you. I appreciate y'all. Oh, we only have 2 minutes, Jackson.
Oh, 2 minutes left.
Like if someone maybe wanted to, you to put together a song or something for them, how would they get in touch with you? Give me your email and your number. Your Instagram. Give me your Instagram.
Okay, my email, my like main email that I respond to is prodbyjnw, so prodbjnw@gmail.com, and you can find me on Instagram at where's JNW.
Where's J and W?
Yeah.